Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're taking a look at a pretty neat flashlight that I just came to learn about 2 weeks ago. It's from a company called Nicron and it is the model N7, as you can probably see from the description of this video. So really neat light, very budget friendly, and I think it has a lot of applicability, and so I want to share it with you. And there will be a giveaway, which you could probably also see from the description. I'll get to that at the end. I'm not going to put it in the description, so just stay tuned. It'll be a pretty brief review, and then I'll tell you how you can win one of these. Actually, how you can win one of 3 of these. So this is a flashlight that's powered by one of 4 different batteries. What I currently have in it is a lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which is what I use in most of my lights. So this is a 14500 3.7 volt lithium-ion battery. And this is going to give the full potential of this light. The cool thing though is that you can also run this on a standard alkaline AA. You can also run it on a nickel metal hydride rechargeable AA battery. And lastly, you could run it on a standard disposable lithium battery. So there's 4 different options for battery source for this light, which makes it pretty versatile. So I use this personally for a vehicle light. I think that's what it's best suited for. And so I have a lithium-ion battery in it, as you can see, but I do keep a couple spare AA's and lithiums in my vehicle. In the event that this goes dead, I can just pop one of those in there. It's going to lose some of its output, but it's nice that it can take 4 different types of batteries. So I think one of the obvious features about this is that it's a rotating head. So it rotates from 180 degrees to 90 degrees, and any place in between. Obviously you can put it where you want it, but it is a 90-degree light if you want it to be such. You could clip it to your pocket that way, and there's some other applicability that we'll touch on here in a minute for having that 90-degree angle. So a little bit about the specs. It's IP65 rated, so that's going to protect it from rain, driving rain, things like that. It's not submersible. But it is watertight to a certain extent. It's also 1 meter drop safe. It weighs 1.975 ounces without the battery. When it's in its full, I guess we'll call it the 180 degree open position, it's going to be 4 3/8 inch in length. And when it's in its 90 degree configuration, you're looking at a length of 3 3/4 inch. So this light has 4 settings. And the interface for it's quite simple, which I like. It has a high and a low, a strobe, and an SOS. And to get to strobe and SOS takes a little bit extra, which I actually like. So really you're just kind of looking at high and low. Very straightforward, very easy to use. But if you want to get to that SOS or that strobe feature, it's not difficult, and it could come in handy for the way I think this light is most applicable, which is in a vehicle. So the high setting, and to operate it, you simply press the button 1 time and it comes on in high. Press it again, it goes down to low. Press it again, it turns off. Pretty straightforward. Once the light has been turned on in any setting, let's get it down to low. From any setting, high or low, if you press the button and hold it, you're going to get your strobe, and it'll just keep strobing as long as you want it to. If you tap it 1 more time, you're going to get your SOS. Tap it again and it turns off. And then, of course, if you tap it 1 more time, you're going to go back to your high, low, off, high, low, off. So very straightforward on the user interface, which I like. It's not a lot to learn, and it's really easy to use. As far as output is concerned, if you're running a 14500 lithium ion, you're going to get 600 lumens on high, and that's going to run for 1 hour. You're going to get 250 lumens on high if you run a AA battery, such as a nickel metal hydride or lithium, which will also run for 1 hour. Your low setting is going to be 130 lumens for 2 hours on this 14500 rechargeable, and 40 lumens on a AA battery, and that's going to run for 3.5 hours. So 600 on high, 130 on low for your 14500, and 250 on high and 40 on low for your AA. The Strobe and SOS will both also put out 600 lumens on a 14500 battery and 250 lumens on a AA battery. So I personally think this is a great vehicle light, and I'm going to provide some beam shots at the end like I typically do. But one thing I do want to mention is that a good friend of mine who has a YouTube channel, he's bigger and smarter and just cooler than I am. Ohio Guns and Deals is his YouTube channel, and he recently did a review on this light, and it was an excellent review, and some of the B-roll footage that he put in there showing this thing in action is really fantastic and better than what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put a link to that video in the description, and I really do encourage you to go watch it because it's just a better video than what you're watching right now, frankly. And he did a better job than I'm going to do in terms of showcasing what this light can do and where it really shines, no pun intended, as a vehicle light, which is what I think it's best used for, and he mentions the same thing. So a little backstory, I purchased this light off of Amazon for $11.99. And on Facebook, I'm part of a Facebook group related to flashlights, and somebody from the company posted on there that they were on sale for like $2 off. I went and looked at it, seemed like a good deal, 12 bucks, so I bought one. Really liked it. About 4 or 5 days later, roughly, I bought another one for my wife, for her vehicle. So I bought 2 of them, and I've really enjoyed them. The build quality for a $14 light is really fantastic. It's got this nice matte finish to the aluminum, which I really like. My only complaint really, and my friend who I was just mentioning on from Ohio Guns and Deals, he mentioned the same thing when he and I were talking. I would have liked to see this ribbing go the opposite direction or be like true knurling. It's not slick or gonna fall out of your hand by any means, but just kind of a small gripe, I guess. It does have a magnetic base, and there's a image of a magnet there, so makes it pretty clear that this is magnetic, which again lends itself, I think, to being a great vehicle light. So I purchased 2, have really enjoyed them. The output, I think, is true to what they claim. Comparing it to other lights that I have that put out 600 lumens, I do believe this is putting out a true 600 lumens on a 14500 battery. I believe that with all my heart. And the quality just surprised me, frankly, for the price. I really enjoyed it. The rotating action is smooth and strong. I don't feel like it's ever going to, just kind of drop, freely. It takes some work to get it where you want it, although it is smooth. So the quality, I think, is there, especially at this price point. So I'm going to do some beam shots. I'm going to roll those in at the end, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to tell you how you can win one of these, one of 3. And you're going to have 3 different ways that you can win, which is going to be kind of neat, something different than what I've done prior. So stand by, I'll meet you outside, we'll do some beam shots, and we'll come back and talk about how you can win one. Hello and welcome to Geared Toward Gear's garage. That's right, we're not in the backyard today, we were in the garage, which is pitch dark. If I turn the light off completely, you will see total blackness. I can see nothing whatsoever. So I'm going to turn this Nicron N7 on high so you can see what 600 lumens looks like in a pitch dark garage. So here we go. That is our high setting, 600 lumens, just shining on the garage door there. You see that nice bright white hot spot there, and there's plenty of flood that you probably can't see, but I can see everything. And you know what, I'll take you on a little tour here. So with this pointed at the garage door, I can see everything on the shelf to my left. I can see my wife's vehicle, everything off to my right, very easily with the light staying there in the middle. So quite bright and quite useful on its low setting, which is 130 lumens, plenty serviceable. And again, if you had a AA battery in this, you'd be looking at about 250 lumens, so about twice what you're seeing here. So that is the basic output on the Nicron N7 on its highest setting with a 14500 battery. And next I'm going to show you some footage of the strobe feature. And as I mentioned earlier, please do check the video link in the description to my friend over at Ohio Guns and Deals, because he just frankly did a much better job of trying to show you what I'm about to show you, which is the strobe feature and how it could come in handy in a roadside emergency type situation. So stand by and we'll take a look at the strobe. All right, so here we are looking at the strobe feature on the Nicron N7. And where I think this would come in handy is in a roadside emergency. If you're stopping to help somebody or you have a flat tire, you can simply magnetize this to your vehicle, point it in the rearward direction, and anybody coming up behind you would certainly know that something's going on. It's quite bright. And as I mentioned earlier, do go watch the video from Ohio Guns and Deals because he does a much better job at demonstrating this. Just the lighting and the time of night that it is. This is probably not the ideal setting, but just to give you an example of how that strobe feature and the magnet on the flashlight could come in handy. So let's head back inside, give some final thoughts, and tell you how you can win one of these. All right, we are back inside. Now let's find out how can you win one of these Nicron N7 flashlights. So as I mentioned earlier, I purchased one for myself and one for my wife. So I'm set on Nicron N7s. In some conversations with the company through Facebook, there was an offer to receive some additional flashlights. So they sent me some. And by sent me some, I really mean they sent you some. Because the intention here is to give these away to 3 of you. And what's going to be cool about this is that you can win one of 3 ways. I'm going to give one away on YouTube, one on Instagram, and one on Facebook. So the way this will work is going to be pretty straightforward. As soon as I post this video on YouTube, I'll immediately post on Instagram and Facebook as well. And all you have to do to be eligible to win is leave a comment. You can leave a comment on any and all platforms that you happen to have. So if you have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a YouTube account, you're going to increase your odds at winning. So for YouTube, you have to be subscribed to the channel. For Instagram and Facebook, you have to be following the Gear Toward Gear Instagram or Facebook page. And all you have to do is leave a comment telling me how you would use this flashlight. And what I will then do is reply directly to your comment and assign you a number. So for example, if you're the 31st person to leave a comment, I'll reply and I'll simply give you the number 31. That'll be all that's in my reply is a number. So that will be your number, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. At the end of the giveaway, and I'll give you the timeline here in a second, I'm going to use a randomizer and I'm going to randomly pick a number. So if I run the randomizer and the number 31 pops up and you were the 31st comment who was assigned the number 31 by me, then you win. You win the flashlight and I'll send it to you. So again, you can increase your odds by commenting across all 3 platforms or 2 platforms, whichever ones you have. But again, just be sure to be subscribed for YouTube and following me on either Instagram or Facebook. The one thing I will add is that I'm not going to give more than 1 flashlight to 1 person. So in the off chance that you happen to have your number drawn, say for the YouTube drawing and the Instagram drawing, I'm only going to send you 1 flashlight. I'll congratulate you for winning, but I'll rerun the other one to ensure that 3 different people win. So again, leave a comment, I'll reply with a number, and then once this is over, I'll do another video announcing the winners. And on that video, I'll have the laptop in front of me and we'll run the randomizer and we'll see it all together for the first time. So this is gonna run through 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, April 15th. So as long as your comment is submitted on or before 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, April 15th, then you are eligible. And again, be sure that in that comment, you tell me what you would use this light for. So that's it. Leave a comment and we'll follow up a few days after the deadline with another video to announce the winners. And of course, I'll also announce the winners directly through Instagram and Facebook as well. So I'm really excited that 3 of you are going to get your hands on one of these. I really enjoy the light personally, which is why I bought it. And I think you will too. If you're interested in buying the light, just, because you think it's cool, I'll leave a link to the Amazon listing if you want to check it out. Or if you want to wait, and see if you win, that's cool too. So thank you to Nicron for sending these to you guys. And thank you all for watching, and we'll talk soon. Best of luck.